Hey everybody, it is Matt and Dyan. Welcome back to OK Aussie, Friday 29th of August, and it is 6:20 p.m. Max, he's ready. Willow, he's up for it. Dyan, don't think she's going to be going too well. Going a bit offline. She said a few minutes ago, I'm not feeling too well, but she's trying to persuade herself at the moment that she'll be okay. This is her persuasion phase in the pre-ictal, normally before a seizure, of where she goes, I'm not going to have one, but most likely I am. I've just put the pulse oximeter on so that we can monitor cardiac, obviously heart rate and oxygen stats, but I feel that she might be going a little bit offline. So we're here to monitor. If you're new to the channel, welcome.
I was in Japan.
We were watching Charlie in Japan, and she has just been doing some ticking. That's normally part of the Tourette's side. Again, another neurological aspect for Dyan's condition.
Yeah.
Dyan does have a chromosomal disorder called 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. That's that micro deletion on the long arm of the 22nd chromosome. And it means a chunk is missing. And with that chunk is 3 million DNA building blocks, anywhere between 30 to 60 genes, and it can cause anywhere up to 185 actually clinical symptoms for patients with that condition. And it's variable, okay? Now there is an incredibly low seizure threshold in this condition. About 65% of patients will have seizure or seizure-like conditions. 8.3% will have epilepsy itself. So with neurologically, I think Dyan's got a focal seizure going on at the moment. Currently 6:22. You can see the spacing as she stopped talking. Anytime that she stops talking is always a concern of an indication. You can see that she's staring in a fixed location. Upper torso is doing the contractions. We've got oxygen stats at 96, heart rate's at 81, just accelerated up. So anytime the heart rate accelerates during a tonic-clonic, I'd say there's some focalized dystonia in the left hand with the way the hand is grabbing. We can see that there's some oromandibular and blepharism. Blepharism is the dystonia in the eyes. Oromandibular is where it affects the jaw. So we've got a seizure activity just starting with a tonic-clonic. It's okay. It's okay. Just going to get a couple of things sorted out. So, bear with us as we prepare. Just going to remove the hot pack. So that's out the way. Oxygen concentrator in case I need it. So I go. Just watching for any swallowing related issues. I can see a lot of oromandibular activity, jaw thrusting, tongue poking to the left. Sorry, but this will pass. Hey Google, set timer 10 minutes.
All right, 10 minutes, starting now.
6:23 is a termination of that set. No, we've got a tonic-clonic explosion. So 6:24. Put some Canadian. Both feet at the moment are interned. You can see the explosion actions, and this is the figure 4 posture where the hand comes across. We've got some grabbing of that. I'll just remove it out to the side. Her temperature at the moment, 38.0, so we've got a febrile temperature. 37.5 and above is febrile. You can see the lip smacking and the mouth activity. The reason why I've set a 10-minute timer is to see how long this is going to go before I start to involve medications, ASMs, anti-seizure medications to prevent. If we get some clear breaks in between this, then I'll give her some muscle relaxants, which will be a clonazepam. If the ASM has to be engaged, it'll be midazolam at 10 minutes. It's all right now. I'm right here. I know it doesn't feel very comfortable, but I'm right here and I'm keeping an eye on you. You're doing so well. 6:25. So this is all segmented cranial dystonia, where the face is involving all the blepharism or a mandible jaw thrusting, and there's a bit of an axial tilt. You can see that the neckline is tilted off center. So you've got cranial, segmented cranial. You have some focalized dystonia here where these fingers are locking through in a fixed position. You can see that there's a twist which originating coming out of the knees, which will be actually coming from the hips, causing that sort of positioning. So, oxygen stats are good at 98, heart rate is 73 at the moment. Midazolam is prepared if I need it. So we know that fibrillary her temperature is above. She hasn't settled from the tonic-clonics, so continuing to engage. And it's a mixed mode. It's not just tonic-clonic, but there is dystonia. Intense headache is common post-ictal coming out of seizures. Temporalis, right side predominant. Current time is 6:27 p.m. Feet are still inturned from the knees. Still have that position of the hand. You can see the pain that's facing, and you'll still have a continuation of the dystonia in the face. As soon as I can get a position where I can get her to swallow, I'll give her a clonazepam, but for the moment we're just taking blood pressure. Now Dyan's blood pressure normally should be around 85/60. So we're almost at what would be great for a normal person. 120/80 is the perfect ideal blood pressure. 118/78 is close to that. That's actually high, very high for Dyan when we're saying 85/60 or 80/60. So heart rate 70. It's understanding what the baseline is for Dyan compared to the normal population and saying, is there a variance? Indications of head pain because of clutching of the head, groaning, gives you an indication that the pain level is high. Dyan's got an incredibly high pain threshold. Oxygen stats are 98, heart rate is 65. Pointing to left temporalis. Good boy. Okay. Pain to say. Ow there. Okay, I get you. Understand. And swinging to the right temporalis. Okay, that's fine. Ty, can you swallow if I give you medication? No, that's it. Can you take a clonazepam for me, darling? Okay, as soon as you can, you'll let me know, okay? This is Dyan's resistant phase, where she doesn't want to actually do medications. This is cognitively when she's offline and not able to actually understand what's going on and what the benefits of things are that will help her. Max, help you.
My cheeks are numb.
I'm sure your cheeks are numb, darling. I need to give you some clonazepam.
No.
Oh, so you want the midazolam instead, do you?
No.
Right, so you need to help me. Well, we're not doing nothing, we're doing something.
No, is it good?
No, it's not kind, sweetie. Okay, we're having a break in between. I need you to take some clonazepam.
Panadol.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you some Panadol as well. I'm going to give you some Panadol.
Just Panadol.
Darling, your eyes are actually closed on the right hand side because of the blepharism. It's not going to just disappear. Sorry, I need to help you. Can I just get a tablet in? Can I help you swallow?
No. Oh, shake the dog. No.
Oxygen stats are 96, heart rate is 67. Ready to go?
What is it?
I'll place them both on your mouth, tongue. Panadol and clonazepam. Nothing simple. Two, darling. Two, darling.
No, thank you.
They're small ones. Yeah. Good girl. We're doing swallowing. That's the girl. Very hard with dysphagia. And sometimes it can lead to aspiration if it goes down the wrong way. So particularly during this phase where things aren't working. Should I have another sip? Okay. Doing really, really well.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Very, very warm to touch. Your body's at 38 degrees.
Why?
Because you're hot.
The heaters are not on.
No, there's no heaters on. There's 22.1 degrees inside the room at the moment.
What?
Oxygen stats are 97, heart rate 74.
It's hot.
22 degrees inside the house at the moment, darling.
It's nice.
It is nice, but you are very hot. You're 38.
No.
Yes, you're 38.
I'm 50.
You're 51 years of age. Your temperature is 38.0 degrees. So that's what the Panadol was for. It's going to bring your temperature down. Sweetie, you're a hottie. Okay? You're a funny girl. Now,
That's funny. My cheeks are numb.
your cheeks are numb. Did you bite your tongue? Let's have a quick look inside, please.
Why are my cheeks so
Open your
numb?
mouth for me, please.
Ow. Ah.
Yourself. Thank you very much, Les.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, when you're having multiple tonic-clonic seizures, as you just did, it's quite easy to bite your cheeks, tongues, or lips. About 35% of people will actually bite
I thought
one of those
my
in a
new
seizure.
protocol was working.
Darling, it's
failed.
6:30. Do you remember at 3:30 this afternoon?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
At 3:30 this afternoon, she predicted that she'll be having a seizure this evening.
I told you if I said it out loud, it will happen.
It doesn't work that way.
It does.
It doesn't work that way.
Your brain's got OCD.
I know. Actually, I do have OCD, but that's not how the brain works. At 3:30 this afternoon, Dyan indicated that she had
It's your
the
fault.
cold. It's not my fault, sweetie.
You brought the gun out. You made me say it out loud.
Patty, because I was out shopping, you remembered and reminded yourself to tell me when I got home.
Of the cold running water.
Right, the cold running water on the brain on the left-hand side. And what is that for you, the cold running water indicators?
Pre-ictal.
Hey Google, stop.
Pre-ictal.
So it's a pre-ictal indicator of that you're likely to have a seizure within 24 hours, correct? What are some of the other pre-ictal indicators for you? She's doing well. Did you also do some things with OCD hyper, like in freeze?
How do you know
Did
this?
you remember to do things like the toilet rolls suddenly in 3 when you never do? Did you do the?
I joked to Max about that.
Okay, so you did
I
something in
said,
threes.
Max, I'm in trouble. I did that in 3.
In threes.
But I don't connect it to seizures.
Okay. Did you do?
How does it connect to my seizures?
It's neurological. So your engagement with your Tourette's. You remember how you're doing motor tics and everything else as well, and you're going to. I explained that you're starting to do some vocalizations of tics as well. You've got some OCD occurring, which is amplified neurologically, and you had other indicators, like you said, the running water sensation going down.
I didn't link them all.
Okay, that's okay. That's why we use the prediction model to work out if and when you're going to have it.
Feeling.
You told me. You said it
I felt
yourself.
like someone had a screwdriver from the inside pushing up on my skull.
Okay. Now, you know what's happened is that little beeper that went off for Google Home Automation, the 10-minute timer, there was a 10-minute countdown to see whether your seizures would be sustained, would keep going, or whether they'd actually self-terminate. So your seizures have self-terminated.
Okay.
You've been able to communicate to me now coherently and with understanding. So that's great. So I'm not going to give you midazolam because we don't need to break out of that cycle. Midazolam is the emergency medication. That's the one that we squeeze into your mouth.
I don't like that one.
Oral buccally. It's not much fun. It doesn't taste that nice.
I don't remember.
No. But you told me straight away that you had pain here. Now, normally the pain in your temples immediately post the seizure.
It's still there, but it's less.
It's less.
It's going away.
Okay. We're actually due for CBD in about 25 minutes. I'm going to give it to you now, just to help with your pain. Do you have any nausea?
I have a lot of pain.
A
I
lot of pain.
have slight nausea. This one didn't give me much warning.
Okay. So it didn't give you much warning. It came on pretty quickly, didn't
Like
it?
the pre-egged early, but I thought tomorrow, worst case scenario.
Right.
I felt great. Just like
You were doing so well, so positive,
when we
so
saw
chirpy.
The costumes, just
yeah. We just actually had our neighbour down the hallway who actually messaged us at about 10 minutes to 6 and said, hey, come out at 5 to 6 and see us in our costumes. We're going to a roaring 20s swinging party, you know, dressed as the Charleston and all that sort of thing. And we saw them in the hallway only half an hour ago.
It was so cool.
It was cool. You've been in a great space.
Clear.
Yeah.
I didn't have the fog.
No.
I didn't have anything.
But,
and I didn't get much
But this
noisier.
came on very quickly.
I had a little bit, I didn't want to tell you.
You didn't want to tell me what?
Noisier.
You had some noise and
because
you didn't tell me.
Because I knew what you would say.
And what would I say?
That the seizure's coming.
Right.
And then I would panic.
Okay.
I didn't want to panic.
Okay.
Oh, my head.
Right. Not telling me information doesn't help you or doesn't help us to prepare. We need to know. We need to know. And you did very well with being autistic and having interoception. Being able to tell me beforehand that you had some indicators that you know are normally indicators for you to have a seizure. That's really good. It's very difficult with autism to know your own internal states.
I was just about to take one.
You're about to take it on down. So sorry, what was that? So you're about to hide the fact that you're going to sneak in on Danzatron.
Because it's a competition, don't you realise? I have to be right.
The woman is always right. Don't you know that, guys, already? Come on.
I had to be right. I knew if I told you, you would assume it's a seizure. And it's like, not necessarily. Until the last minute, until it's actually a seizure, I'm not going to admit that.
Oh, you're stubborn to the end.
My
637.
mum used to say that.
0.5 mils.
My mum used to say that.
CBD, THC, 10-10 combination.
If you're saying that and my mum said that, it must be true.
Must be true, eh? What I'm glad is that we didn't progress into the NAS, the Madaz, so that's good.
Do you think I'm a bad stubborn? Am I naughty with my stubbornness?
You're naughty at the best of times. But no, I don't think
Is it a problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem. Oxygen stats at 97, heart rate is stable at 65 beats per minute at the moment.
It's depressing.
Yeah, but that tells us a lot because what you're doing and showing is probably quite natural things. I don't think anyone really wants to go into having neurological issues. No one wants to want to go into a seizure. So you're feeling the dread beforehand, and you've got this internal battle then going on where you're fighting yourself about if I acknowledge it, it'll happen. Well, it's going to happen. It is. But if you acknowledge it, it gives us a chance to make sure that you're safe. If you're standing up and walking around, you could fall over. You could drop and hurt yourself and bang your head. Okay. If you acknowledge it, you can have some medication that may stop these things going on because we can get in front of things. You know what I mean? It's just about acknowledging that. I'm going to give you a non-Danzatron just for the nausea. It's only a 4 milligram. No?
The CBD sometimes works.
Okay, we'll try that first and you can give me some feedback. Has the pain in your head settled down at all?
It's coming and going actually.
Okay, sorry for me.
Here.
So all in the frontal forehead. Okay.
If it's coming and going.
Just prior to this starting, you indicated that you were feeling a bit sore in the neck and upper back, so shoulders and neck. So you're still sore.
Like where the shoulders meet the neck. I'm sore.
Can you wriggle your toes for me, please? Are you trying? No, okay. It's okay. It's all right, Max, isn't it? So,
It'll come back, right?
correct. I've just asked Dyan to wriggle her toes post-seizure. You can see the foot position at the moment.
I can't feel my legs.
There is no stiffness, so it's not a dystonic reaction. What we've got here, just to be very clear, this happens in about 15% of seizures after a tonic-clonic seizure for Dyan, where she has a Todd's paralysis or Todd's paralysis. Now, for Dyan, it's quite commonly bilateral. It happens on both sides equally. Sometimes more on the left, but most cases bilaterally. It is normally literally from the toes through to the knees, sometimes up to the thighs. And it's a bit like an iceberg melting. She won't have any sensation. She won't have any nerve conduction. She won't have any movement. She literally can't stand up and walk around. This is why one of the reasons why we have a hoist. If we need to, we can hoist Dyan, move her and do in different positions. Hopefully, may last 15 minutes, half an hour. Fingers crossed.
The hoist is in the other room.
Sometimes it can last hours, sometimes up to 16 hours, worst case scenario. Worst case scenario in these events, which you used to have it really, really bad before medications.
For 12 hours.
Yeah, and you can also then affect your upper periphery, the arms as well as your legs.
The day I had
Totally
my
paralyzed.
That was awful.
It is, because you can't do anything. You're in a total
Since my
paralysis.
medication, I don't get
Well, that's right. Isn't it funny that
I don't get as many
being
hours.
on anti-seizure medications, you have responded appropriately and you've had a reduction in the frequency, how often it occurs,
6 to 10 a day.
the intensity, how severe, and the duration, how long they last for. Now, being on therapeutic level, well, actually, you're not really on therapeutic. You're close to, you're almost there. Almost there, but not quite there.
I changed my diet and
you did.
I have...
You're doing well. Better absorbency, aren't you?
Yes. Would you say that I extended the time between the last one by 2 to 3 days?
I do too. And I also think the reduction and drop-off of stresses around also is a key contributor to that.
Yes.
What we know for Dyan is fevers, so when it's very hot temperature, so
Fevers,
you saw 38.0,
no absorption,
commonly
lack
set
of
syndrome.
food,
If
lack of
there's
drink.
viral, so if she's got infections,
Yes. Pain.
and quite commonly with being neutropenic, she has multiple infections going on. If her pain is very high, and look, most days she's in pain, she's only indicated lower levels of pain. For me to get that from her, it's actually very good because she's got such an incredibly high pain threshold. I mean, she's had breaks and dislocations and she barely even goes, oh yeah, whoop-de-doo. Seriously, she's that incredible with pain. She's had to deal with pain her entire life. That's what happens when you're born with a condition that causes pain and suffering. It's not just the fibromyalgia, which causes a muscle pain. It's not just the EDS, the Ehlers-Danlos, that causes it because of dislocation, subluxations, because of a connective tissue disorder. But it's having 22q that affects so many components and parts of the body. I'm going to take your blood pressure one more time, but I'm actually going to take you down flat, can I? And I'm not going to take it in mid. I'm going to wait for your body to just get readied.
Whoa,
a minute being in the flat.
Backwards.
And the reason why I'm taking it, I
Why do
know,
I feel like I'm like this?
because that's your
Am I like
orthostatic.
this?
Okay, so with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, it's actually normally preferred to have your head elevated by about 8 to 10 degrees. It can cause that sensation.
Real flat, man.
I know, but you actually are horizontal appropriately. We've got Maximus, he's keeping a close eye on things as well. I'm not going to take the blood pressure immediately. I'm going to wait for a minute for her blood pressure to settle in this new position. Dyan will also be still during that. Dyan will also not talk during this, so that we can get an accurate blood pressure during the process.
Thank you, Max.
Max is doing well, whereas Willow's asleep over there in the top tongue. You know, that's what Max does.
Because he's retired.
He's retired.
Animal.
He's passed the baton. He has
animal.
passed the responsibility onto Maximus.
Through everything. My meltdowns, my pain, doesn't he? My seizures. Don't you, Maxie? Hey?
Oxygen stats are great, 97, heart rate 61 and stable.
That's my lassie.
So it's important that we understand the blood pressure and how the variables can work. If Dyan's sitting upright or slightly inclined, she's going to get a slightly higher blood pressure reading. If she's been running around to the toilet and back, she's going to have a slightly higher blood pressure reading. If she suddenly eats some hot food, she's going to have a slightly higher blood pressure reading. If the cuff is not placed in the correct position or it's the wrong sort of cuff width, all of those things have a factor. Even if she's just talking and moving slightly while taking the blood pressure, it affects it. So understanding all those variables is important so that we have consistent readings. Understanding and knowing her baseline.
There's a twitch.
There's a twitch
in my knee.
in your knee. We're getting some movement. Maybe the ice block is melting. Maybe you're starting to get some response. I will check your Babinski response underneath your feet just to see your nerve conduction, to see if either side is equal and reactive. But we're going to do this. Okay, pause for a moment. I'm just going to take your blood pressure. If you can just hold for 2 seconds. It's actually so hard to get Dyan to just be quiet for 10 seconds straight. It's her challenge in life. Being ADHD with OCD and autistic, being quiet doesn't actually go very well with Dyan. Normally, if it's quiet, and you saw this when I got stressed at the beginning, because if she is quiet, it's normally an indication that something is wrong. And her inability to communicate that means you need to hone in. I would have said that at the beginning, because of the way her eyes were looking and the way she was doing it, she was actually having a focal aware seizure. So she was probably aware of what's going on, but she was focalised and unable to engage. Then she went into tonic-clonic seizures, mild, but several sets of those, with dystonia, and that was segmented cranial dystonia. And,
Ow!
okay, you've been dramatic again.
That made my arm go to sleep.
Now remember, her blood pressure was about 119 previously. It's just gone down 20 points, so it's back down 99 now, over 69. Heart rate is 61. So we're on the downhill incline. That's fine. You can come up. It'll make you feel a little better, and I'd actually prefer that. However, I've noticed that your feet haven't moved, so I'm just going to do a Babinski and just see if you're getting any nerve conduction response there. Just let me put this away. Yawns are good. Yay, the yawns.
Sorry, Max. I have my Star Trek t-shirt.
She has got Star Trek, not autistic at all.
Back.
Yes, what does it say on your back?
Ruin it. Telstra's ruined it.
Telstra's ruined Star Trek.
I love
Thank you,
Star
Telstra.
Trek. I watch it to fall asleep too now.
Yeah.
I used to watch it as a teenager secretly. Anyway, on the back of this shirt, right? Do you know all the ships of Star Trek are on the back?
All of the Star Cruisers.
Yeah.
Fantastic, right?
Yep. And it's just a pity it's not on the front. I could show you, but like it's not.
Yeah.
How come my legs look so discolored? I haven't even been.
Can you feel
in the
that
sun.
sensation across the top of your foot?
I can feel it, but I can't move.
Okay, you can feel that okay? Equally, both sides?
Equally, I guess, yeah.
Feel that equally,
Yeah.
both sides?
But I can't move.
And you can feel that equally?
Yes. Well,
You can
I can feel more lower leg than high.
okay, so you can feel more lower leg than high, right?
Ah.
Yes?
Yeah, that's weird. I
Okay,
don't
so
like
more
that feeling.
sensation lower, less
Yeah.
sensation high.
Yeah.
Equal on both sides, can you feel this?
Equal on both sides, yes.
Okay, and you
I
feel
can
that?
feel that the most on the sides of my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, man. Ow.
So, just checking your Blanche
Ow.
response. Normal
Ow.
blood return response
Ow.
during a Blanche test. Babinski, no response, but she's got nerve conduction by touch, feeling underneath it.
How come I can feel them but not move them? That's a bit weird.
Well, maybe the motor component, which is where motor movement disorders come in. Can you move your feet? Go. You're moving your upper hips. That's not moving your feet and or lower limbs, is it?
How do babies learn to walk? How do babies learn to walk? That's weird. You're creeping me out now. Is there anything? It'll come
back.
Since I've been medicated,
15% of
How long
Dyan's
does it
tonic-clonic seizure. It doesn't affect it on myclonus, it doesn't affect it on absent, it doesn't affect it on atonic drop seizures, it doesn't affect it on focal seizures. It's only when she has
right.
tonic-clonic seizures.
How long does it take longest, do you think? Since medicine?
Not
Not pre-medicine, post.
Post-medicine, since we've had it going, I'd say the longest is about 45 minutes, maybe up to an hour. Before that, we were looking at 12, between 12 to 16 hours was the worst case I think we've ever actually been through.
Yeah.
And like I said, upper body involvement, upper limbs, has probably
That's
happened
awful.
2, maybe 3 times. It has always been just the lower limbs. And that's lucky. That's a good thing. But it does make it challenging. If she suddenly says, I need to go to the toilet, it's like...
I do need to go to the toilet, but I have to wait. But you know what?
If not, we have to obviously work out other alternate means.
At first, it's like, just in case anyone like has a kid with it or whatever, and you do want to understand it, like, the person will be distressed at first when you realize you can't use your legs because you think, oh my goodness, it's forever. You just have to reassure them. I used to tell him that before I got more, I guess, like at ease with, okay, this is what happens to me, but it always comes back. Didn't I? As I said to you, always remind me, because that's
Very
just an
important.
initial panic. You will be able to feel your legs again, and that's what you have to
Reassurance
reassure the person.
is very
So
important.
if they're a child, you just have
Being
to
calm
say,
is
you will
very
get your
important.
legs back. Try and make it a joke or
And
something.
it doesn't matter how many times that we've been doing. And Dyan will be up
I'll
to
still have an initial
1,000
panic,
chronic
like
seizures
the
now
dread.
over
It's a
13
bit
years.
like the dread.
The number of
It's
times that you would have had
fleeting.
Todd's paralysis then would be around 100 plus easily times.
Yeah.
So we've done that, probably up to 150. Let's just be realistic at this point in time now. It doesn't get any easier. Every time
doesn't.
there's initial, oh my God, oh shit, is this permanent? And that's the thing that Dyan
it's
fears
not.
the most
Todd's
with a lot of these
paralysis
things.
Is not permanent.
It's a bit like when you go into a dystonia. It's like an axial dystonia. So suddenly if her head gets locked to a side and she can't move that, she then thinks, my God, this is permanent. No, it will come okay. Or, the breathing is like, will I just keep going lower and lower and lower until nothing happens? She's going down to 80% or 70%. No, things will settle, things will rebalance, and we'll get you back to normal. These things are what I like, the yawns. The deep yawns after her seizures. Every time I normally look for 2 or 3 or 4, ideally 3. It gives me a great indication that there's 98% of the time not going to have any further tonic-clonic seizures for the night. So that's a good thing. It doesn't mean that she's not going to have dystonia. It doesn't mean that she won't have tics. Think of them like having an earthquake. You have an earthquake and you normally have some pre-tremors. You have the major earthquake and then you have some post-tremors. Same concept for her. Now I've given you the clonazepam, I reckon things, but clonazepam doesn't work as fast. Clonazepam, I think normally around about at least 30 minutes I see benefit. 20 minutes starting to see the edge. 40 minutes things have settled down. So what we'll see there is the dystonia will settle down. The tics from your Tourette's, which are motor, normally very vigorous. Sometimes the vocalizations,
I remember the tics
they will
before
settle
the seizure,
down.
didn't
All right,
I?
so
my arms were
so you
like,
do remember them.
I didn't want to say
You
it.
didn't want to say anything. Now that's my challenge.
I was actually enjoying
That
my
part.
lady who
That part.
lives in Japan. I was watching her
Yes, you were
vlog,
watching her.
and she lives in Japan.
Yeah.
And I did Japanese at school. I don't know how to speak Japanese. I come from a bilingual family, so it's too hard to learn a third language.
It's actually theoretically easier to learn more languages once you've learned
not
2.
to an autistic, but anyway, maybe
Yes.
to
Well,
non
you've got
people.
learning developmental issues. Now, that's part of having dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. You love Japan. You love the culture. You love how organised, how clean, how polite. Yep.
To be disciplined, and I'm like,
you like discipline. And you like
I
clean.
like discipline
She's a
and
bit
I
OCD.
like clean.
Yeah.
And my mum used to say that. I used to say to her, why does everything have to be so clean? She's like, it's discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It made sense.
So let's see if your
And when I
temperature's coming
learned
down.
it in high school, I went, that makes sense. They're disciplined. Mum said discipline's a good thing. The Bible says discipline's a good thing. And I like things clean. So.
Slowly coming down. 37.8. We're on the way.
When did I have the pain?
Probably about 10, 13 minutes ago, roughly.
Time goes quick.
Time does go fast when you're having fun.
No, when your brain's like this time, it just
Pain
doesn't...
in the head, forehead.
Yeah, it's coming and going still. All here.
Okay, so you're banding. Nothing in the top section, nothing at the back of the subpitalis.
No, it's
just
all
in that
from
front
the
section.
temples to the front.
That sensation that you talked about, that running water sensation.
Like a migraine coming and going.
Okay, the sensation that you had, which is on your left-hand side in this region here, the water. Is that still gone?
That's a pre-ectal only.
Yeah, only pre-ectal. Okay. So at the moment, it's really just coming and going, stabbing, or is it
dribbling?
Is it cough just to your left? Is it a stabbing pain? Is it a sustained pain? Is it a throbbing?
Now,
yeah, the head pain.
It feels like...
How would you describe it?
Oh my gosh, I guess it is. The temples are like stabbing.
Stabbing, okay.
And then it's like a duller pain here on the body.
Okay.
And it's almost like I feel like I bumped my head.
Okay.
But I haven't.
But you haven't. I get
Yeah.
that. Just quickly looking at this TV on the top left-hand side, when it comes up, the first name.
WOLERTS.
Oh God.
LECRAM.
Right.
That's better for me.
So she has just read the name that's up
I
here.
did it right. I read it backwards right.
she,
It just goes with
she read it
my
backwards.
learning.
Right. Okay.
It's my style.
So up there,
I'm different.
she read it
It's
backwards. She
okay.
read it WOLERTS. So you're right. Being dyslexic, she's right.
I'm
So
staying in my
did I get the...
dyslexic
How do we test
country,
that? Do we actually
okay?
say, well, no, it's a neurological thing. You've suddenly reversed it. No, she's got
What
dyslexia.
about you hyperlexics?
Yeah.
Just don't get a life, man. Leave us dyslexics to ourselves.
Sure, you're working in
We
code.
like the dysfunction.
You like to be different.
Yeah, D's for dysfunction, but we'll call it different.
So,
but
I'm not
it is
worried about the
different.
indicator
No,
that
no.
she's read the name backwards.
It is different.
It's normal for
It
her
is
because she's
different.
dyslexic.
No, but listen to this.
Yes.
We accept that
Yep.
dyslexics do this.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't? And it's a difference.
Yep.
of
It's a
brain
difference.
Type.
Absolutely.
But we don't accept it in autistics
Being a
being
difference.
ourselves
Mhm.
and doing it the wrong way compared to what neurotypical think is right.
Okay, sure.
We get told, no, you have to do it our way.
Right.
It's very difficult, doing everything the way your brain says the opposite to do. So I've had to did my dyslexia, like my letters, my numbers,
Mm-hmm.
and my autism. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. But it'd be very difficult to be able to function in the outside neurotypical world. Hold on,
There's
listen,
different countries, different languages, and we all function.
Okay. But everybody else would have to learn backwards language.
No, you have both. So if everything's double. Everything's double.
Right.
You just leave us be.
Sure.
We just read.
Well, maybe we just cluster all of the
Just put
dyslexics
pictures.
together,
Just put pictures.
and then you guys can talk backwards
don't
to
want
each other,
words.
and you know what's going on.
Don't want
The
words.
You've got the decoder key. You can work out what's happening then.
I found you a video to back up the shopping stalkers, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yeah, it's
And
another
I
story. We'll
found
leave
the
that separately.
pattern.
Yeah, pattern matching. It's
It
all
was
good.
interesting.
Okay. Now, the reason why I did ask her to do that, one is to see, is she going to read it in the normal direction? Can she
I
actually
refuse to.
read? Does she have
I
visual
refuse to
acuity
flip
to be
my
able to
brain.
see the letters? Can she actually, a bit like doing a
I'm
eyesight
in
test.
defiance.
And remember, eyesight ties into neurology. Diane's had a lot of eyesight problems, and obviously because of the pain that's coming around this front
You have
section and the
sinus
temporals.
problems,
I
Matt.
just wanted to see, could she actually read? Can she see the letters? Can she actually decipher them? Can she communicate them? Because it's flipped, I'm not terribly stressed about it because of the dyslexia, but the other parts of that test for me were very useful. Diane, can you move your feet for me, please, darling? And now? You're moving your upper legs, honey. That's not your feet. Okay. Again, you cannot cheat this test. This is like you're playing games. She will cheat if she can possibly can. Honey, that does not help anybody. That is when you do cheat. You do cheat in your game playing. You are the worst person to play games with because you cheat. Yeah, bobble, and you keep bobble until you get the number. Oh, I got it, 6. That's not how you play the game.
And my auntie and uncle
She's
are
terrible.
like, because my brother would go, that's cheating.
It is cheating.
And I'm like, I need 6.
Oxygen stats are
And
97,
my
heart
auntie
rate
and
is
uncle are like,
67
well, it
and
kind of
stable.
makes sense, but they're like, Di, you must press it once. I'm like, I don't do anything once. Everything's minimum 3 times.
No, that's your OCD doing things
Well,
in threes.
And I'm like, I used to do this.
Yeah,
Ready for the next turn?
yeah, okay. You really
I couldn't
you're
cope.
winding up for it. You're
Oh,
ready to
I'm
go.
ready. I'm like, I'm ready. And yeah, my brothers, we were very competitive.
Dyan takes CBD.
No.
So that's
Did
Google Home Automation.
Ha.
We have automation
Mm.
reminders set,
Never, like,
which help Diane to trigger to know when to take certain
Your
medications.
knees okay?
They are fine. Thank you very much for asking. She's already had a CBD. I've given it to her 25 minutes earlier to hopefully help on the pain and the nausea.
It's not
CBD,
helping.
medicinal cannabis, and with THC and CBD, has a lot of different properties.
It helps with my noise. It's helping with my
120
noise
different
already.
properties. Nausea, pain,
Pain.
relaxation,
Mhm.
seizures. There's a long list of things that actually come out of it. There's a good third solid yawn that I've heard.
Oh.
So I'm really happy about that. The dystonia certainly seems to have settled. So I think the clonazepam that
so
I've applied, that was
tired.
clonazepam 2 milligrams, has certainly settled that down. Bit of a twitch, but like I said, that's the earthquake, the post
Aftershocks, we call
aftershocks.
it.
They are. And sometimes the aftershocks can be literally like a McClonus jerk. It can be a more of a motor tick. Sometimes it can be a vocal tick.
Affected my teeth.
Yeah. Did you hurt anything? Have you got anything sore
No,
from
just
doing
then.
your seizures? No.
Sometimes my bottom teeth go over my top.
They do, because with the dystonia, now let's be very clear about this, and this is part of the
Are they
checks.
straight?
That's what we're going to do. Yes, you have, and you've got a good bite pattern at the moment too.
I can feel it.
Transmandibular joint, the point
feel
where the
right.
bottom, maxilla of the mandible, the points of the jaw meet,
If you feel that your
are
teeth are
subluxed
not
for Dyan,
like,
both left and right hand
so
side.
you'll know by doing
They can
this.
fully
If you just
dislocate.
clench and you know your teeth are not in the right position, because your teeth don't move position, it is a sign that you have what I have.
Yeah, but the jaw has moved or out of alignment.
And you just need to...
Now, why is that occurring?
Wiggle.
For Dyan, as part of her neurological activities, just like we saw then, she had segmented cranial dystonia. Dystonia is a muscle contraction that can cause distortion of the position of the limbs through contractions of the muscles, and it can cause a fibrillation like a shaking action. For Dyan, she had blepharism, which is where the eyebrows were, like I'm trying to simulate, were moving. Yep.
Today
then you had
or another day?
Today, sweetie.
Ew.
And then you had oromandibular, where the jaw is moving and causing side to side, and jaw thrusting without tongue thrusting. Now, sometimes if the teeth are there and are clenched and grinding, that's called bruxism. So you didn't have the bruxism, so that's why I didn't check to see, did you hurt your teeth?
My teeth
I've already looked inside the mouth to make sure that there's no biting and bleeding. But we always check the jaw, because sometimes with the dystonia and pushing the jaw to the side, it can dislocate and become out of alignment. And then that feels really funny and cause a pain, and that pain can radiate up into this area here. So that's separate.
I don't have that, so why do I have this coming and going?
Right, so what are our pain options? I've given you some Panadol. That's going to take about half an hour to kick
normally, so I don't think
Not as long as this. Normally, it's 10 minutes after a seizure at the most. Normally 5 minutes, but look, we've learned these patterns.
Guys,
patterns are important.
Done.
What have you done?
Well, I'm trying to
What have you done?
less medicines.
And how's that helping you?
It's fine.
It's good. We're working through a process of trialing certain things.
There's a way up, guys.
There's a balance act.
I've got other things that the medication affects,
Correct.
like my bowel, and it's a balancing act.
Absolutely.
So I have to have my whole body functioning. It's not just focusing on... Sadly, I wish
100%.
I only had to focus on...
It's like the laws of
attending to
physics.
seizures,
For every action,
don't.
there's an
I have
equal and
other
opposite
yeah.
reaction. You may have heard of that one. Well, sometimes it's more than an equal. Sometimes it's a explanatory,
it ends up
not imbalance.
outweighing.
So, for example, you got a headache and a migraine, and I had one only yesterday. So I take some medication for that. Okay, it helps my migraine. The migraine goes away. The next day, though, then I have GI tract related issues, and I go, oh, that felt uncomfortable, because my body's reacting to taking that. And that's the thing that you're talking about. If you take too much muscle relaxant, which is what you're needing for vigorous Tourette's or aggressive dystonia,
more pain with it.
It then causes suppression of things. So you can actually suppress your heart rate, you can suppress your oxygenation. Other central nervous system things can be affected. It can cause more fatigue.
Fatigue.
So how do you weigh up?
I know.
You're helping one thing over
and
here.
I've changed my diet.
So we've got to do things. And everything's always done slowly and carefully. One thing at a time. Check the variable. What has it affected before you move on to the next? Don't do whole-scale rapid tests.
Talk to your doctor. Don't do it with
And that's a really important conversation. Remember, we're not medical professionals for you. We are working with Dyan. This is Dyan's experience, and this is part of her channel to educate and advocate about having multiple different rare genetic conditions, particularly 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. It's an umbrella term that encompasses all of her separate symptoms. Remember, she was late diagnosed at 48 years of age. The health system didn't pick up that she had a rare genetic. That was our work. We did all the work. We did our own genetics overseas. We were doing. I was out there with a tape measure measuring her head. I was looking inside her mouth to realise, well, you've got a very high palate.
Exactly what the
I was looking at the shapes of your ears. I was measuring how flexible you were.
My head, my arms.
Yeah, you know what? That wasn't the medical fraternity.
You know, like
that was our work.
She was measuring me and looking at my body and my face, and I was like, this is... They don't just do medical...
And listening and looking at family history. Isn't that interesting as well? Bring that all together.
They measure you.
Yeah.
in weird places.
Exactly.
And it's
Because
like,
there's a lot of
what are you doing?
patterns. There's a lot of common features.
They look in
It
your
might be the
mouth?
distance between your nose
They look
to
in
your
your
lip.
mouth?
It might be whether there's a gap here. There might be the thinness of your upper lip. It might be the shape of your ears. It might be how your eyes are positioned.
leans
It might be
forward.
how your teeth are grouped. It might be what's happening inside your mouth with your palate or your tongue. It could be literally how your joints are shaped or how you walk. All of those things are very
I have
important
a short
telltales.
torso. I have abnormalities, guys,
She's got a
but
couple.
everyone has
That's okay.
different looks. Because, it's a bit like we have autism and then we have our own personalities.
Exactly. And if you
it
met one person with
mixes
autism, you only met one person
because
with
of the
autism.
personality.
Exactly. And same with 22q.
Traits and things.
A person born with 22q is not going to be the same as the next person. It might mean too, have they got the same micro deletion? Is it in the exact same position? Do they have a duplication rather than deletion? Have they got the same genes that are missing or duplicated?
It can be different.
Everybody
Absolutely.
could. You could be born with 22q and you can go through your entire life and not know there's a single thing wrong with you. Good on you.
That's not
However,
common,
that's not
but
the common scenario,
But
sadly.
it's
A lot don't actually
Young
survive
years, you do
through
well.
pregnancy, fail, and may pass away in the first 1 to 2 years of life.
Yes,
Morbidity
I have a
rates are
question on that.
41 years of age is the expected lifespan. Remember, there's no longitudinal studies for Dyan's condition. Nothing
No,
past
but
30 years of age. So we don't have the data. We don't have the
I've
information.
tried to look up things, though,
Yeah,
haven't I?
you have.
I have a suspicion.
Suspicion.
I mean, it's just a conspiracy, but my family, it's a yes or a no.
So you're
'Cause it could
talking
be
about your
wrong.
potential twin.
No.
Oh,
The 4 years.
the other one
after
that may have
me.
been missing. Right. There, and remember, we haven't got the whole history because
22q still.
Diane
was
is
a common,
effectively
guys.
an orphan in
I'm
her family.
22q.
And they've been always very quiet and silent
Born very
about their
early.
health
Born very
history and information.
Born very early.
So we don't have a lot of data. In fact, we don't have a lot of records, and that hasn't helped us. In fact, Diane's family never took her towards healthcare. They actually took her away from, kept her back from, and that doesn't help a person get diagnosed and get known and get records building up. And it's very important, particularly for the transition of childhood into adults, to have all the work done. If you can get diagnosed early, the earlier you can get diagnosed, the better the outcomes.
Country town too, and you get
out in the country.
better healthcare from just the GP.
Yeah.
Yes, I went to the Denmark hospital a lot, but the GPs there, he was mainly this old.
When you say Denmark, we're talking about southwest of Western Australia, really down the coast, nearby Albany.
He was very attentive, so they do more than the GPs these days. They come to your home.
Of course.
They'll say to you, "Oh, look, yes, the clinic's closed, but I'll meet you there."
meet you at the
drive
clinic,
there
meet
and
you at the
meet them
hospital,
there, or at the hospital.
That's a country little.
Exactly.
It's a nursing
so I got
post,
quality
not really a hospital.
care.
Yeah.
But that's not documented in the city, and the city doesn't keep in touch. It's just stupid.
I mean, even the city hospitals can't get it right because none of their computer systems talk to each other and none of the data's there. Just a question before we talk on more. Can you just move your feet for me, please? We've got movement in the right toe. Can you try your left foot? Oh, I'm seeing a little bit. Only a little bit. The iceberg is melting, but the right foot's got more movement than the left. Does it feel different for you at the moment? Is it happy?
There feels like there's tingling.
Tingling.
Like my feet feel freezing cold.
Okay, that's interesting. And you are wearing, socks.
Bed socks.
Okay.
They're my bed socks.
And that was roughly about a half an hour since the seizure had concluded, for where you're now getting a nerve response. You're happy with that, aren't you? It's just like you found your feet for the first time. How exciting! Happy feet. Dancing feet.
Happy feet.
Happy feet. Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to wrap up there. Thank you very much for being around. I just want to point out, though, and that's why we've done.
Do I have a sister that's 4 years younger than me?
That's not what I was pointing at. Okay.
I'm just saying to my family because
I'm going to get you a silver tinfoil hat.
It's a conspiracy, and I could be totally wrong.
Correct.
But there wasn't many of us in that area at the time,
No.
and I'm just asking. And her name was with L.
Right.
My middle name's Lindley.
Okay.
My first name's Dyan.
So you're trying to do some sleuthing.
Lauren.
Right. We're trying to find out some information.
It's a very 70s name, isn't it?
It is.
Oh.
Okay, another story.
Anyway, it could be nothing.
Could be nothing.
Could be nothing. But I'm just saying, I just have this, and because I have episodic memories and long-term memories, I do
hyperintensive
have... No,
episodic
but I have
memory.
these pieces of information that could be totally... I was a child. I could be totally misunderstanding something.
Right, interpretation of a
It could be
situation. Being
like-
autistic at the time doesn't
Totally.
help. Yeah.
It could be totally like, this is all just in my head, memories that have got all screwed up and it's totally a lie.
Yeah.
Or it could be I was so in tune because I was nonverbal that I knew that there was something
going
that
on.
went on.
Okay.
We moved to Denmark
At that
the
time.
same year, 78, and I was like,
Unusually so.
after
All
just building a brand new house? Who does
All right.
that?
I don't know.
You build a brand new house.
She's got questions. She's such a
I've
little
got so many
sleufer.
questions.
So anyway, what I want to bring around as we wrap up, Dyan.
Did she have 22 kids?
At 3:30, I'm going to post the short video just in front of this video. At 3,
Was it family?
sweetie,
mine?
sweetie, can I focus you for a moment, please? God, she goes off. At 3:30 p.m. today, she did a 3-minute video, 4-minute video.
Oh, yeah.
Which explained something might happen and might come on.
It was-
She was showing the pre-ictal understanding in her prodromal
I
state
lost.
that a
I
seizure was
lost.
going to
You
happen
won.
at some stage soon.
You lost. I mean, you won. Whatever.
I'm now
Guys.
going to upload them and post this video after so you can see the connection. It's now 7:10 p.m. on the same day. It is Friday, the 29th of August.
Guys, I need
You
to
can
win
say-
next time.
It's not winning. You need to
But it
actually
is winning. If you don't
acknowledge
have a se- if
that
you
you've
don't
done
have a
so
seizure
well with
and I'm
interception
right,
to understand
I'm
your
winning.
awareness.
I'm winning. If I don't have a seizure and I'm right, I lost the bet.
Okay, it's no
We had a
bet.
bet, guys. We did have a bet.
We did it.
We did.
I said it's going to happen.
What
because-
should be the prize? $10 or chocolate?
Oh, just a chocolate. I've got some Maltesers in the cupboard somewhere. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Now, just as a reminder, like I said, we are not medical professionals. I was going through that phrase because we're not here to diagnose you. That's what your own primary care physician or GP or specialist, hopefully, if I know anything about it, will be able to help you.
If
So
you have a
go and
good
see
one.
them.
You got to
Try and
get a
find
good
one. If you get stuck finding one, go to that rareportal.org.au. Find out more about your condition if you're in Australia, because you might find some other support groups and
Yeah,
organisations that can
like-
help you with your specific condition in
Correct.
Australia. There's other organisations like that across the world in different countries
Always
for rare
connect.
conditions. Now remember,
Yeah,
there's
it's
7,000 rare conditions, diseases, syndromes that exist
a lot.
worldwide. 2 million Australians are dealing with rare. 3
And their
million
family.
Australians are their carers, informal supports
people
trying to
behind
look
that
after
2
them.
million.
20% of Australians will deal with disability in some time in their
Wow,
life. That's a
that's
lot.
intense.
Okay. And that's why we need to get the Australian government getting into more research and put our money to find out conditions like this. Out of those 7,000
Yeah.
rare conditions, only 5% of them have actually got any actualized
path.
treatment pathway
Yeah.
in place currently. 10 to 15 years
We
sometimes
can
it takes
do
to get a
better.
diagnosis. Dyan took 48 years to get a diagnosis, and trust me, she went to hospital and clinics and doctors thousands of times.
Yeah, stupid people.
We will get there for some people, and I'm so glad that on our channel we've helped other people to find out ways to find out more about genetics, get diagnosis,
we're
and
here,
get help
is
and
to
treatment.
make
That's
sure
what
that
we feel
you
good about
guys,
trying to help,
yeah,
having
are
conversations
informed.
with you guys. So use the comments, questions, ideas, and
And go and
suggestions
ask
to
your
get engaged
doctor.
there. Give the video a thumbs up because it helps us having a like in the algorithm. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see more content
For
as
all
we go
things
along.
disability.
We're stepping into the weekend. Fingers across, it's going to be a neurological free weekend. What do you reckon?
Well, has to be now.
We're looking for some games to
My
play.
new
I want to do
profile.
some painting over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll talk quietly. We're
Yeah,
going to play some
do.
games quietly.
I'm gonna
We're going to
have
do some
recover.
painting over the
I
weekend.
don't feel good tonight, but tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Post-ictal aphasia, we have problems speaking, stuttering, slurring.
Normally, I sleep very heavy after a seizure.
You don't hear exhausted normally after
So
that.
tomorrow,
Yep.
new day.
Yeah, just do me a favour. Show me your feet dancing. Go. Come on.
Well, there's more there,
Okay, it's getting better.
and there's more there.
Okay, cool. We're getting a little bit more movement.
Look at that.
It reminds me of sock puppets. Do you know what I mean? It's like I should put little eyes on the
yeah.
puppets and go, oh look,
Yes,
we're moving.
Yes,
We're
put
talking.
stickers on them.
We should do that. All right, guys, we'll see you in another video real soon. Bye for now.